Hi my dear Geminis, how are you guys doing? Welcome to Lucy the Antigua Tarot. My name is Lucy and I am here to do your reading for the month of February 2017. So let's get started. And what important communication needs to happen from them to you for the month of February 2017? What important messages 2017? What messages do we have for February 2017 for Geminis? Okay. I like to mix the cards up. See what we have. Okay, Geminis, you're starting out with a High Priestess. You have Temperance. And you have the Page of Pentacles. Wow. I would like to start with the meaning of the numbers of the cards. The High Priestess, which is the number 2 of the Major Arcana. And then you have Temperance, which is a very beautiful card, La Templanza in Spanish. See if you guys can see that without it getting too bright. There we go, La Templanza. And it's the number 14 of the Major Arcana. And then you have here a number 1, because it's a 1 pentacle, the Page of Pentacles. So let's look at the meaning of these numbers. Let's go first to the number 2. The spiritual meaning of the number 2 is that of union, of balancing the yin and yang forces, the positive and negative forces. It is the embodiment of partnership, to find a holistic value and purpose, of cooperation and co-creation. You can begin to co-create with the universe or with a partner to bring that exotic expression of union into new forms or new life. The spirituality of the number 2 suggests that all manifestation requires co-creation, and nothing is created by self alone. 2 is the vibration of balance between male and female, and that is the High Priestess. Okay, Gemini, so the number 14 is a karmic number, and it's about learning independence, having self-initiative, unity, and justice. And what you need is to achieve balance, to achieve harmony, temperance, and prudence. And it's saying that if you act cautiously, you can be fortunate in money matters or in changes in your business. And it's that inner motivation that can create success on anything that you may put your mind in. That's what that 14 means, and that's the Temperance card. This number, it's like a constant movement, constant moving, and it can bring trials and tribulations and dangers from a great variety of experiences. And sometimes you may tend to experiment for the sake of the experience. And sometimes this can lead to chaos, this kind of behavior, acting in this way. But maybe your aim is to try for progressive change and that joy, that final joy of renewal and growth. So under the influence of this number, if you're not completely awake and aware of the conditions which come into your life, it can have some negative influences. It may be talking about being too single-minded and often and at the same time, you know, embark in amazing and wonderful ventures. And the fact that it's a that it's a number, it's a 1 and a 4. 1 plus 4, which equals 5. So it's what they call, it has that receptive quality, which may keep you open to innovation and change. And perhaps that there's a need for constant challenge, because otherwise you become really bored. And that perhaps you can only think and work on one thing at a time. And if you've got too many things going on at the same time, you may get a little vague and kind of lose your sight of some clarity. All right, so that is the number 14. And the number 1 is all about strong and being strong and assertive. And it is the symbol of individuality and the beginning of self-discovery and self-improvement and empowerment. And number 1 is the spiritual essence of singularity, originality, of seeking, reaching, exploring to define the self. The number 1 intensifies whatever other things are going on in the other cards around here. It intensifies the situation. It doubly intensifies whatever's going on. And it represents the spiritual aspects and potentials in that need to know ourselves and the power within ourselves. And ultimately the objective is to be at one with our higher self. So it is a male vibration focusing on the energy going outwards, and that's the number 1. All right, so now let's kind of look at excuse me, the meaning of the tarot cards here. Beginning with the High Priestess, who is at the center of your reading. She's the guardian of the unconscious, and she sits on the throne, on her throne, and there's a thin veil of unawareness, which is all that separates us from our inner landscape. That's what this card represents. She contains within herself the secrets of these inner realms and offers us the silent invitation, be still and know that I am the goddess, or that I am the God, or that I am the higher self, whatever you want to call it. She is the feminine principle that balances the masculine force of the magician, and she's the feminine archetype in the tarot, splitting between the High Priestess and the Empress. Okay? And she is the mysterious unknown that women often represent, especially in cultures that focus on the tangible and the known. You know, the Empress represents women's role. Focus on the tangible and the known, because, you know, and I think it derives from the fact that, you know, women could give birth, could give life, but we didn't in the olden days really understand how that came about, how women were able to create this life. So it was very mysterious. Now, when she shows up, she is challenging you to go deeper, to look beyond the obvious surface situation of what is hidden and obscure. She's also asking you to recall the vastness of your potential and to remember the unlimited possibilities you hold within yourself. She can also represent a time of waiting and allowing, because you know what, it is not always necessary to act to achieve your goals. Sometimes you can achieve your goals through a stillness that gives desire a chance to flower within the influences of time. And I know it sounds very philosophical, but she is one of the most spiritual cards of the tarot, if not the most spiritual card of the tarot. Okay, Gemini, so you have that beautiful card. You also have, on the other side of your High Priestess, you have the Temperance card. And this is also a very spiritual card. With the Temperance, we're beginning to create a new self that has awakened, a new self after that voyage within that the High Priestess invites you to go into. This angel, you can see that he's transferring the water from one cup to another, which is really just unifying what is required, what is needed, and letting go of what isn't, letting it go back into the river per se. It's symbolic. And that's like the symbol of purifying, balancing, and bringing into unity again, reuniting. And that's why it's like a rebirth card. So, you know, eliminating what is not essential to your life, to then unite those things that are essential to create that new higher self. And it's saying that if when you make this inner journey of searching, looking underneath the surface, going deep to finding what's there hidden, that you are going to find relief. And that this has the potential of not only illuminating your spirit, but at the same time finding those secrets essential to you that help you to illuminate your spirit, and it can also providing not only relief but serenity and healing. Okay, Geminis, that's what that means. Very powerful card. And then you have the Page of Pentacles, right? And the pages are about what we call Malkut. And Malkut signifies the realm or the kingdom. And it's the realm, that kingdom is the physical world. When we embark on our journey here on earth, we principally focus on the material, right? All of those things that we are trying to get in our lives, all of those journeys, all of those projects, some good, some bad, but they're all about meeting our needs in the physical world, in this physical plane. And sometimes when we're in this journey of, when we're first starting out and we're on this journey and we're working really hard to meet the needs that we have within the physical world, and you know, doing that work, sometimes we may be feeling that we're trapped, that we're just working on the physical, meeting our physical needs, and we're not really finding the joy that we want or the abundance that we want and need. Malkut is when we are feeling this inertia, this apathy, this inability to go for the action, where we might say, I know there's more to life. There's got to be more to my life than just doing this. You know, that kind of feeling. or we're like, oh, I mean, what else can I do? I wish I could do something else. So the pages are all about Malkut. And they're asking you to examine your life. What have you created in your life up to this point? It's calling you to take inventory of your life. And also to consider where in your life do you want more positive things that you would like to have? Where in your life are these things going to be, should be coming in? And if you can visualize your life at this moment, how do you visualize it? How do you see it? And at the same time, it's, it's telling you that it's good to know that those things from the past, that you must let them go. You have to let them go and not feel tied to those things from the past that no longer serve you. And it's very relevant to the Temperance card and to the High Priestess, Now you have the Page of Pentacles. Now the pages all symbolize the element of earth. So if you have a Page of Wands, it's earth and fire. If you have the Page of Cups, it's earth and water. So like earth and fire, which is energy, creative energy. Earth and cups is earth and the emotions, because it's water. And then you have the Page of Swords, which is earth and air, which is also talking about earth and your mental processes, your thoughts, your intellect, how you see reality, okay, how you interpret it. And then you have Pentacles, the Page of Pentacles, which is earth with earth. So here, the key word, when you have the Page of Pentacles and it's talking about earth with earth, we're talking about consolidation. And this means to affirm, to bring together in one mass, in one bulk, one sum, to unite. And again, reflecting beautifully your Temperance card. All of the pentacles rule the body with all the material things. And this page represents the conditions that you have created for your body and your surroundings, and how you've created these realities through your own actions, whereby your last cycle that was related to your body and your material world. So what energies you put in your last cycle in relation to the material world, and what is reflecting now, based on that. So it could be telling you that changes, you could be experiencing or expecting changes for the month of February in relation to material situations, money, work, possibly changes at home, or even in your physical body. Okay, Geminis? And that is what's going on here. Very beautiful reading. Okay, you guys, I hope that you have a really peaceful month of February 2017. And take good care of yourselves, because that is the end of your reading for this month. And I will see you in March. Okay, take good care. Adios.